If it's a purchase money, remember, purchase money is a non-recourse money. It's a ninja loan, remember? If it's a ninja loan, purchase money, non-recourse, I don't owe any taxes. Okay, you gotta know that. Okay, and you should, every time a homeowner goes and check with their CPA comes back and says, you gotta owe taxes, tell the CPA, can you please research non-recourse loan? Okay, because non-recourse loans doesn't trigger any taxes. Okay, all right, you gotta know that. And a purchase money non-recourse loan only applies to primary resident, 1 to 4 unit. Here's the key. You never refinance the money. So keep it very simple. I live here, I never refinance. That's a purchase money. You can do your short sale until you're blue in the face. There's no tax consequences, okay? Okay, all right, let's move on. So if you, let's say for example, remember I said if it's a non-recourse loan, there's no taxes, right? What if I refinance my home? I refinanced it, and let's say I took out 200 grand, I took out $200,000, but I put the whole $200,000 back into fixing the house. Okay? So because I refinanced it, I took cash out, I put it back into the house, I cannot use the purchase money exception. Because remember I said the purchase money, you cannot touch it, right? You cannot refinance it, but I refinanced it, I took some money out and I put it back into the house. In that situation, you want to use this next law right here, the Mortgage Forgiveness Debt Relief Act. So, back up. I live here as my primary resident. I took $200,000 out to fix my house. Okay, my house looks better now. I do a short sale, no problem, because I have this law right here, the Mortgage Debt Relief Act. It's going to last for 1 more year. This year right here, President Obama is trying to extend it to 2015. We'll see what happens. Okay? But currently, the law of the land, there's no tax, IRS. Okay? You know what? So first law is primary resident. Second law is primary resident, refinance house, put money back into the house. What is a rental property? If it's a rental property, you want to go to number 3. If it's a rental property, go to number 3, insolvency. Okay? Insolvency will save you taxes. Insolvency is what I call the Kodak moment. Okay? Remember that, right? Kodak moment? I'm going to take a picture of you at the close of escrow, and if you have more asset than liability, then you are insolvent. And to the extent that you're insolvent, you don't owe any taxes either. Okay? The fourth one is bankruptcy. If you do a bankruptcy, it wipes away the debt forgiveness part. Okay? The fifth one, if you do have any income, guys, if you do have any income, any gain, for example, and it's your primary resident, you would apply the capital gain rule of the no tax 250 to 500. You would use this mechanism. Okay, now, real quick, what determines a non-recourse loan, recourse loan? You look into state law. Go back to state law. Okay. You look at your state law to see whether your loan is recourse or non-recourse. Okay.
Can you go back for a second?
Yes. So for non-recourse, well, let's just do it again. For non-recourse, look at state law. If it's a non-recourse loan, it's a purchase money loan. If it's a purchase money loan, no tax. Easy enough. Okay. Let's move on. The debt forgiveness. We went through this already. Let's do it real quick again. The Mortgage Debt Relief Act is your primary resident. You refinance your house, you took some money to fix the house, you apply this rule. Okay? It's for your primary resident only. It doesn't apply to your rental property, second home, credit card debt, none of that stuff. Mortgage Debt Relief Act strictly, purely, you put money back into the house. All right, and it's good for 1 more year, this year right here. President Obama is going to extend it. We don't know if it's going to get approved or not, so check on the law for 2014, 2015. All right? So like I said, check for the law. There's a proposal going on for 2015. Now, if you go to my website, paulhornlawfirm.com, or go to this website, there's a brochure you can give to your homeowner about tax. Okay? Now, primary resident. Primary resident for tax purposes is you lived there 2 out of the last 5 years. You lived there 2 out of the last 5 years, that's primary resident. Okay. Let's see. Now the debt limit for a Mortgage Debt Relief Act is $2 million for federal. California, 800,000. All right, that's the maximum debt allowance. Insolvency, we talked about when you have a rental property, apply the insolvency rule. When you have a rental property, tell your CPA, please look at the insolvency rule. That's where it says no tax due to the extent you are insolvent. That's insolvency rule. All right. Okay, real quick. You did a great job in a short sale, and the homeowner got $30,000. The question is, does the homeowner pay tax for that $30,000? Yes. Let me repeat. You did a great job on your short sale, and the homeowner gets $30,000. You're so happy. You go to see a CPA. The CPA says you gotta pay tax. I'm here to tell you the answer is no. Here's my position on it. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I spent $150,000 in that house. I lost that house. My 30 grand back is a return of my capital. Okay? So go see someone that knows the heck they're talking about. Okay? Cash for key doesn't necessarily mean always taxed. Do you follow that? I took out 150 grand from my pocket to pay for this house. I only got 30 grand back. You want to pay taxes? No, it doesn't work like that, right? It's the same thing if you took out $15 to buy IBM stock and you sold it for $3 and you got $3 back. Do you pay taxes? No, you're at a loss, right? Very simple, okay? Tenants, last subject, I'm sorry, I lied. Last subject, just be fast. Just be fast. Just remember, let me just show you the complete slide. Just remember that if you represent an investor, and they buy a short sale, okay, and there's a tenant in there, and the rule is this, if there's a tenant in the short sale and the foreclosure, if it's a month-to-month rent, you gotta give the tenant at least 90 days to move out. That's the minimum time, is 90 days. Let's say the tenant has a 90-year lease in there, and it's a real lease, your investor's stuck with it. Just keep aware of that. That's the California account. That's the federal law. It's also the California Home Bill of Rights law. Okay. All right. Real quick. What time is it right now, guys?
Lunchtime.
What? I'm sorry. What time is it? 12:10, right? 12:10. Okay. All right. So look, guys. I have talked about a lot of stuff. I am coming to an end. Okay, I'm coming to an end. By the way, if you're on Facebook, add me as friends. Add me as friend on Facebook. I do a lot of updates and news. Okay, it's Paul Horn, ESPN, Gmail, or just go to my Paul Horn Law. You'll find me there. Okay, add me as friend on Facebook. All right. So look, at this point in time, Lee, I'd like to invite Lee up here, please. Lee and I has come up with a program. Let me tell you why I came up with this program. Okay? So while Lee's coming here, let me tell you a story. I have a lot of realtors losing deals. Losing deal because their CPA tells the homeowner, don't do the short sale, you're gonna have tax consequences. Because they don't have a CPA to explain to them, hey, this is the law, this is how you do it, you don't owe any taxes, number one. You come across a homeowner that's in trouble, that doesn't necessarily know all the law that I just spoke about. All the stuff I spoke about, did you know all those programs exist before you walk in here today? No. A lot of program, right? Okay. So let's say if you don't know them yourself by heart, Lee and I have created a program to fix that problem. Okay? So Lee Marketing System is gonna put you in front of the homeowner, and Lee and I have created a program to sort of have me and him explain to the homeowners all the stuff that I just explained to you. Okay? So Lee, let me have Lee get into this program.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Okay, people who are in my current coaching program, raise your hand. These are the people that are kind of smattered throughout the room. Let me explain. The program that they're currently in is, what's the word? Closed. That's correct. They're my little guinea pigs. 2 years ago, as I told you the story yesterday, I developed some innovative marketing. It was unheard of in the annals of real estate. We're going to talk about more about it this afternoon. I thought it was ridiculous that people went out and put up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of marketing pieces, and I came up with something a little more unique and different. I thought, why couldn't you get the same results with, I don't know, 20 marketing pieces? And over the last 2 years, and this group of people you see around you, I developed that marketing piece. In fact, that person has a lot to do with the development of the marketing piece, and a very simple phone call going, way too complicated. Make a small little, right? It's a permission-based marketing system that actually gets results. I tell people you should average out about a listing per week. We have people averaging 3 to 5 listings per week using my market methodology. So I closed my coaching group. And a lot of people ask me at these events, gee, Lee, I want to get involved. What an interesting model you have of not taking students. How does that work for you? It's difficult. And here's why. I have an issue with the conversion. I spend most of my time with my students discussing one thing and one thing only, conversion. So when Paul and I sat down, and Paul wanted to put together a coaching program, I thought to myself, all right, what is the simplest way to help you get listings? Does that make sense? Would you guys like to hear about this?
Yes.
What we came up with? Okay. So basically, the first thought I had in my mind, wouldn't we all like to have legal advice? I mean, that's kind of simple enough, right? Wouldn't we all like to have an attorney on retainer?
Yes.
I mean, wouldn't it be nice to have an attorney who could explain BK to you or your client? Have a CPA who could explain taxes to you or to your client? Maybe even a former head loss mitigator from a bank explain to you or your client your current predicament. Seems